Alrighty, guys, good morning. Happy fucking Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning so far, guys. Today we're going to be doing more of Battlefield 6's, guys. I guess for the time being, I think it's our last day before my subscription lapses. I don't know if A, I want to spend more on a subscription, or B, I want to buy the game. I don't know if I want to do either of them. So, yeah, I don't actually know, like, because if I spend more time playing, at this point, basically, would I even play an extra 2 months to make it basically catch up to the cost of the game? I don't think I would. But maybe I would, because I didn't expect to play for 2 months anyways. So now I'm in a dilemma. I don't actually know exactly where I want to go with things. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Patch yesterday seems like footsteps are now more audible. However, it seems like hit registration is now worse. So, yeah. I guess give or take. I don't know exactly what's going on here, guys. The game is fucking weird. I guess we'll see what's going on today. The menus yesterday were also bugged. I don't think they hotfixed it because I saw a streamer earlier tonight playing, and he had problems with the menus as well. So, I don't think it was ever fixed. Yeah, that should have been probably hotfixed the same day. But it was not. Because it's basically game breaking. Because you have to restart your game, which indicates it's game breaking. And they probably want to push a patch out on that. If I was DICE, I'd probably want to push a patch out on that. So, yeah. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of weird shit going on. Apparently, I just read on Twitter that Nolan, the guy that has, I think it's the first guy with the Neuralink implant, it actually sounds an awful lot like it has an AI in it. Not that it's just an interface, it actually has an AI inside of the implant to help aid with the interface, which I don't think was ever actually mentioned up until this point. At least for me, I swear to God, it was never mentioned that it could learn and adapt, which most definitely indicates that there's AI inside of it. Yeah. I don't think that's ever really been disclosed. It was always described as a way like he had to learn how to use it, but now it seems like the implant itself is learning to deal with him, which is a completely different ballpark, because that's not just an interface anymore, that is a symbiote, or something along the lines of a symbiote. So basically some sort of entity that you merge with and, communicate with, right? Like it actually just becomes part of you. And it very, very much sounds like it. He has an actual AI symbiote. Yeah. And the funny thing is, guys, I keep talking about this, guys. There's a lot of really weird shit going on right now, and there's like no streamers that talk about this shit in any way, shape, or form. I don't fucking understand that. That's also fucking weird. As part of apparently geeks that are supposed to keep up with everything that's happening around them. As far as like sci-fi and fantasy and technology, there's like. It's like literally flatline, just completely fucking flatline. Like they can't even properly communicate. They're just like beep, one of those things, Yeah. So there's a lot of really weird shit going on, guys. There is a substantial amount of weird shit going on this year, and it keeps getting weirder. I've heard of Neuralink. I've read some of the stuff on Nolan before, and that came as a complete surprise because it's actually very different. Than what was kind of the going, what do you call it, narrative? Yeah, that actually seems a little bit different, and very much the implications of such are actually very, very wide-reaching. Yeah, I don't know, I don't think he's actually talked about it, whether or not he can communicate. It's one of the first things I asked is, can he communicate with it? Because that's actually... that's a big deal on many levels, because it allows him to communicate basically with the artificial intelligence inside of his mind, which could lend itself to basically Matrix. Like, we're talking about Matrix stuff, guys. So, yeah, I don't know. That was a new one. I just read that earlier today, and right before I started streaming, actually. And it actually seems as though he has a AI symbiote. Which is very cool. In my personal opinion, very, very interesting and very cool. Well, I guess we'll get into our games, guys. Like I said, the year keeps getting weirder and weirder. There's so much fucking weird shit going on right now, guys. And as I mentioned yesterday, one of the more weird things that's happening right now is the fact that it very much seems like normally there is like game releases and media talking about new shows, new movies coming up, new technology, and I swear to God, guys, there's almost nothing for 2026. Like it's a blank slate, or just we aren't allowed to know about it yet. Is also the alternative possibility here is it's just not available to normal plebs. Yeah, so also pretty fucking weird. Today on more weird things that are happening, we have 2026, which is a big unknown. I was just thinking about that like a couple days ago. I was like, it's really weird that 2026 doesn't have more like hype surrounding it, or more things that are going to happen, or stuff that we're hearing about. Because normally you do, like they build hype for the next year, like it's a cycle, right? And this year has had, for some strange reason, has had an extreme amount of missing information for the next year, or just lack thereof. Like just stuff that doesn't, there's nothing there. Just void. Take from that what you will. Yeah. Oh, fun stuff and things, guys. What a crazy world we live in. Keeps getting weirder and weirder. Not covered on the news. Apparently, also, by the way, front page of USA Today, which is a relatively big publication in the U.S. that people still read. Well, for those that still read newspapers. So, kind of reminiscent of kind of old times, was smack dab in the center, not a tabloid, talking about UAPs, like front page, like our UAP is going to be released this year or something along those lines. Yeah. Pretty big deal considering normally it's like kind of the people that read that are like kind of like boomers. It's like your normal people. That's actually a pretty big deal. On a printed publication, smack dab in the center is talking about UAPs. Yeah. A lot of weird shit going on. Then the Polymarket thing, where Polymarket basically exploded. Whether or not UAPs would be announced this year with a yes, from like 10% to like 98 or something. Now it's much higher than that. 89, now it's much higher, like inside trading shit. Also very weird. Yeah. Lots of weird things going on this year. Well, stuff and things and stuff, guys. Do you think we're going to have good games today? Shake the magic 8 ball. I should actually have a magic 8 ball for some of these questions that I give myself. Still make those? Get like a used one that has aura in it. 1946. Online Magic 8 Ball. No, that's not what we're looking for. What if I go to eBay Maybe there's like a really old, crusty one I can ball. Ball? Bye. Magic 8 Ball Vintage. Classic 1980s. Has to be like marred up and shit too. Only the Magic 8 Ball knows, guys. How are our games going to do today, Magic 8 Ball? Cloudy with a chance of hit reg issues. Huh, first game actually is not a bot lobby. That's surprising. Let's see. There's a bunch of teammates there. Someone just try to throw a frag grenade at me behind the building, guys? There's no way. On here. Like my aim got stuck. And an automated turret.
We have light armored vehicles ready for combat. Alright, friendlies have secured objective Delta. We now control more objectives. Secure our defenses. We need to rally the flanks of the marked objective. Maintain our lead on objectives held and we can take ground. Be advised, hostiles are assaulting Charlie.
Good. Fun.
Territory is being taken by our forces. Bravo is no longer a target.
There's another behind the first guy.
We have attack helicopter.
Automated turret. Kind of sad, guys. Like, even though Battlefield 6 isn't what I would actually want in like a large-scale FPS, I still miss BattleBit, for instance. Like, it's just kind of the game that we have to work with right now. That being said, like, no one watches it on Twitch, so is it even worth continuing playing? I don't know. Automated turret. Now, 10 deaths now, guys, are automated turrets. From snipers, that is. Dice thought it would be a great idea to give the least skillful players in the game the most skilled weapon and allow them to do good with it. super automation.
Hostiles are attacking objective Charlie. We need to rally defense on the marked objective.
Also known as aim assist. Oh, I thought that was a teammate. That is not a teammate. Good kill! Okay. Feels as though some of those should be hitting when they weren't hitting, but, you know.
Objective Charlie. The enemy have taken more objectives.
What? That guy was just watching him. He just ran away. What the fuck is that? And we got hemorrhage problems again, guys. A little bro. There's a lot of shit that's trying to kill me for some reason.
We need to rally defense for the marked objective. All call signs. Aircraft now ready for deployment.
I don't understand sometimes how they shoot you without rotating the barrel, guys. I've had that happen multiple times, like the barrel just desyncs or something, they actually shoot me. Very weird. What was in the tank behind him? It fucked. Bro, there's no way it stole the takedown from me. Oh my god.
Secured more objectives. Let's hold it. Enemy attack confirmed at Charlie.
Attack support needed on the marked objective.
Be advised, the enemy now controls more objectives.
Automated turret, guys. I actually walked into his bullet stream while trying to line him up. It really looked like he didn't move, and I just got too close and snapped to me. I did that to myself. You can tell because their aim doesn't adjust, like, at all. It just fucking sits there. I want to actually say today, guys, the footsteps seem less obvious, like they're toned down a bit. Yesterday's footsteps were very obvious. You seen the new Frankenstein movie? No. Is it? That was a remake from like 2 years ago, right? That's relatively old. It's not really that new. If I'm remembering it correctly. It's actually need to go to the objectives. The fucking guy in the AA gun. Dude, that took way too many bullets to kill that guy. Wasn't even fucking moving. Here, doogie 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 doogie. Here, doogie doogie doogie. Didn't make it. Oh, there's a new one? Who makes it? Is it Netflix? Did you hear Netflix acquired Warner Brothers? Which means Warner Brothers controls a shitload of movie IP. Very much means a lot of fucking shit from it's gonna be really bad. Really, really bad. Well, whatever's left. And someone stole my kill. Definitely having registration issues right now, guys. Again. Guy just fucking waiting for me. Automated turret at 0 HP. Too slow. Definitely have some registration issues. A fucking shot. I didn't get any points. The C4 exploded. I didn't get rewarded with the kill. I show as killing myself. There's a fucking cheater in the game that just blew it. Maybe it's a fucking engineer right there? But how the fuck did my C4 just explode? I got no points for blowing up the tank. The tank still exploded. I killed myself with my own C4. And I died. How the fuck did I kill myself with my C4 and not get rewarded for the tank kill? should be dead. I stopped looking at him because he should be fucking dead. I don't fucking understand that one, guys. That's pretty ridiculous.
We begin our assault on Charlie.
Oh my god, 55 I'd win. Wow! Also, why poopy? Hit registrations are still an issue. I'd say the hit registration issues are now worse. So, I mean, that's the majority of the things that I care about in the game is the hit registration issues. You can't depend on your fucking gun to actually do damage to me. The automated turrets seem to have fucking fantastic hit registration, mind you. Where they literally just get close to you and it just insta-kill you. Because, once again, I don't think it has anything to do with the bullets in the game. It's some sort of fucking hit scan mechanic, which is why they can shoot you around corners. As is the case when you give people that can barely aim an advantage.
Be advised, the enemy now controls more objectives.
Bro just fucking launched me through a wall. Go fucking there. Christ. Nowhere.
All right, we now hold more objectives. Keep pushing.
Definitely have some registration issues, guys. A lot of people that are oddly aware of me. Yep. I like how I can literally just look at my KD and notice what's happening in the game, even when I'm talking about it. Subjectively, I notice it. And objectively, I can literally look at my KD and see that it's fucking happening. And they get a wide enough data set, you actually realize that there's something that's fucked up. It doesn't quite make sense, because it doesn't match my normal KD, even though I play in the same exact manner. And it's not my stream, because my stream has a delay on it. Well, fun stuff and things, guys. Anyways, relatively interesting. So once again, some of you guys probably weren't here at the beginning of the stream, but I was talking about Nolan. I forgot his last name. Basically, he's the first patient to receive the Neuralink implant. And one of the things I swear was never disclosed up until I read a post today from him is he's talking about his implant learning from him. And why is that important, guys, is because normally I thought all the Neuralink interface was a human, like, interconnect. So basically it allows humans to kind of deal with technology through learning how to manipulate basically the implant itself, right? But as it turns out, the implant itself also learns, which means it has an AI in it. And that's kind of a big deal, because that completely changes the fucking dynamic and raises a lot of questions, which is, does he now have a fucking, like, he basically has a symbiote. Does he now have an AI in his mind that he can just actively communicate with? Or is it, you know, obviously it might be something different where it just assists with the interface itself, right? But maybe not context, the perspective is it could be a lot fucking more. There's the potential is it could be a lot more. You're talking Ghost in the Shell Matrix shit, because it can actively essentially communicate with his body directly, which is pretty insane. Like, the implications of it are absolutely mind-boggling. Once again, I never actually knew that the implant itself had an AI in it. I thought it was just like something that he had to learn how to use, but the implant itself actually learns based on him and also tries to help him, which, I mean, makes a lot of sense, but also, I swear to God, it was not actually, it could turn into Borg shit. I've associated, like, I've talked to some AI, and they definitely have a hungry grasp of just getting things in whatever way they possibly can, and that includes assimilation. So, yeah. That is probably a potential corridor where things could go, but, you know, it doesn't need to. But yeah, like, we're talking legitimate cyborg, Matrix, Ghost in the Shell stuff here. And like I said, I just thought it was an interface that basically allows him to try and control things by, like, kind of, like, working a neuron or something, right? You know, just, like, part of his brain. And it kind of seemed like that was the case, but today, or, I mean, it was, I think the post was yesterday, like, legitimately talking about, something that could actually, like, we're talking, like, direct interface with an AI. Whatever way it's safeguarded or whatever, right? But yeah, that's something. That is something. You know, I've talked before, guys. You might not believe my tinfoil hat shit, right? But I have most definitely mentioned multiple times how it seems an awful lot like our technology is. I can't see any of the fucking shit that's shooting at me. All I see is the fucking bright flash on my screen. There's a lot of technology that seems like it's seeded by aliens, and direct AI interface was not on my bingo card this year. I thought Neuralink was pretty cool, and I've kind of kept up with it. I haven't read all of the story stuff, but kind of, you know, I read up with the news articles, right? But it very much seems like there is maybe potentially a lot more going on that we aren't privy to. At least humans aren't. Whatever the fuck I am, maybe I'm not a human. Oh. Fucking crazy world, guys. Buddy, where my shots are going. Feels like my cursor's laggy, too. Like, I swear to God, he was just fucking laying down. Dude, this is the most ridiculous thing, guys, about the fucking turrets, is they literally act like fucking turrets. They don't do anything, and you just don't even know they're there. They're just like trap cards waiting to be activated. They aren't real people. But yeah, I thought that was probably that's up there with one of the most interesting things that happened this year. Because once again, I thought it was just like a way of like interacting with like the neurons in his brain, right? And he has to learn how to use it himself. But it actually apparently learns from him and assists him with what he's trying to do, which is once again AI stuff. And the implications of such are absolutely mind-boggling. Fuck off, dude. Fucking AI turret. Automated turret shit. You can tell because he can't move his joystick. You slide on him. Slide under the aim assist, it detaches and then die. I died around the corner. Automated turret. Once again, there's a grace period. Very much feels like 9 out of 10 deaths, guys, to automated turrets around corners are almost always associated with gamepads. 9 out of 10 deaths are usually around corners are usually gamepads. I'm mingling my words. I'm pretty sure it gives them a grace period when they go around corners. And automated turret again. To make up for the fact that they have slow reactions. One of the Call of Duties used to do that. I don't remember which one it is. Next game. But fun and interesting. Like, yeah, that's a big one, guys, because you might just end up being a fucking head in a jar. You know, like fucking what was it, Futurama stuff. Yeah, like the idea that you might be a brain living in a jar actually isn't that far-fetched anymore. Because if you could do something like that, you probably could just remove the entire body itself and replace it with a Neuralink interface, which is very curious. Like I said, the potential for integrating technology and AI with a human is incredible. And I mentioned before, I'm pretty sure like the end result of AI is not AI replacing humans, or humans getting rid of AI. It's a symbiotic relationship between the two. Kind of a hot take. I think that's eventuality is just people are going to be implanted with an AI that just assists them in everything they do. Literally Ghost in the Shell stuff. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't even hear about that until... yeah, the post I saw yesterday. Earlier today. Crazy shit. Also, want to point out, guys, how is there so many fucking streamers that stream to Twitch and none of them keep up with any sort of like bleeding edge technology? Like barely any of them talk about AI, and they only do because they're supposed to hate it. Like absurd shit. Like these, like my peers on Twitch, the other streamers that also stream are supposed to be geeks that are interested in sci-fi and fantasy and all that weird shit, right? And they don't actually, like, all they do is just like, it's just like posturing and, what is it called, virtue signal about shit that really doesn't fucking matter. That's the entirety of Twitch. It's just like just politics. Fucking weird. Absolutely fucking weird, guys. I don't think the bar is that high, like just talking about stuff that absolutely changes your mind and has a huge implication in your life. You know, like you spitball, it's not necessarily that you're wrong either. Just talking about it doesn't mean you're going to be wrong about it. You can just hypothetical it, right? That's outside, like the idea of Neuralink, guys, really, like, that there's a potential, like, where your signals from your mind could communicate with a machine, is, like, it is, like, extremely adjacent to the idea of psionics, which is you can communicate, telepathically, right? And it potentially could also be used in the UAP circles. They talk about being used as a way of communicating with advanced, basically alien or NHI interfaces, right? And it's actually seeming like that's potentially, if you're talking about like really advanced technology where you don't need to insert probes into people's minds, yeah, like, yeah, there are a lot of pieces on the yarn map that seemingly are having little pieces of yarn being put around them right now. The detective yarn map. Lots of weird shit, guys.
Mission objectives are ready for capture. We need to hold the majority so we can take ground.
Fucking tree. Both get fucked? They did.
We have secured more objectives.
Attack support is needed on the marked objective.
Oh my god. Of course there is. Into nowhere? Got the other fucking weirdos. One thing I do like about Battlefield 6, and we can't really do in Rivals, is I can literally change my name whenever the fuck I want. Like with Steam. I really miss that functionality. Me too. Didn't hear the grenade hit or see the icon.
Charlie has been neutralized.
Automated turret. Their automated turret. It's not. It's slow reaction time.
Objective marked. Support the attack. All right. Delta has been secured. Be advised. The enemy has secured more objectives. Let's strike back.
Guy waiting for me, looking at me through the wall. We're gonna report this. Always the fucking weirdos, guys, and they usually do not actually have good stats, and I have no fucking idea why. Weirder. Almost never. Like, the people that I report almost never, like, top of the scoreboard or anything like that. It's some fuck with, like, almost always a negative KD. Or just, like, a 1-to-1 KD that just seemingly just knows where I am and has, like, a signal to my brain. Case in point. That's the guy I just reported, guys. How the fuck do you think this guy... By the way, guys, I literally do not... Like, I have a stream delay on right now, so you can't actually tell where I am on the map. There's no way to use my stream to get the information that allows you to throw a grenade exactly on my position unless you're using a wall hack. That guy literally just threw it on me through a trench. It's like I said, I swear to God, it's like these people aren't actually like real people. They just get taken over by some Agent Smith shit. That's who we're playing against, just fucking Agent Smith just warping into fucking husks that don't have a mind. Fucking weird. That guy was he 1-to-1 or was he negative? I don't remember. Immediately tell though. And too slow. They always try to res you when you don't wait. Like, if I actually go for, like, a quick despawn, like, a guy will just run over and try to res me. Makes absolutely no sense. turret. You can tell, like, when he's moving around, guys, and you see his guns sway, but the bullets are, like, lined up with you, like they're detached from the actual end of his muzzle. Because you can actually tell where he's aiming with his fucking controller and where it's locked onto you and actually shooting bullets at you. That's not where his muzzle's aiming. Funny, you can even see that in the game. That's that fucking guy from earlier, just sitting there waiting for me. And he thought I wasn't gonna move, and then he moved himself and got fucked. You could shoot through that. Another nowhere. I don't know if I spent too much time there. Very weird.
Heavy armored vehicles prepped and ready to go. Maintain the stalemate and we will lock down our objective. We need to defend the marked objective. Be advised, hostile
No fucking way, 92. I had multiple cases yesterday where I did 97 damage to people and didn't kill them. Jesus fucking Christ. Like my aim's sticking.
all call signs. Aircraft now ready for deployment.
End of the game.
Be advised, enemies are attacking Delta.
Always guy looking at me.
Our control of Delta has been lost.
Think we'll get away from that in a second, though.
Break the stalemate, or hostile forces will lock down their objective. Hostiles have established positions on all objectives.
Oh! Speaking of which, kind of also interesting shit. I was reading an article, I think it was Business Insider. Sometimes you see some curious shit come out, like the war in Ukraine, just technology advances. War in Ukraine. And, yeah, like, once again, just kind of weird shit, guys. So, they developed, hardware in Israel, hardware manufacturer developed basically what amounts to a trigger bot. If you guys don't know what a trigger bot is in terms of cheating, in video games, when you mouse over someone, it'll fire, right? If you mouse over the top of them, it'll automatically fire for you. That's a trigger bot. So they didn't develop basically a gun that aims for them, like with smart ammo or something. They basically made it so when the shooter actually not mouses over, but like hovers over a target, specifically drones, is what this was used for. From what they're talking about, when the gun goes over the top of a drone and it has like an extremely high probability of landing the shot, it'll automatically fire for the shooter. So basically, it's not really an aimbot, but it is most definitely very adjacent to an aimbot. Very weird stuff. Crazy shit, guys. That is not the fucking thing, guys. Get fucked. I hit 4 and it popped out my vision. Lots of weirdos in this game, guys. Once again, there weren't when I first joined, but then they just gradually increased. Like I said, let's see where that guy is. Is he still negative? Nope. Hey, look, he somehow found a way to actually improve himself drastically after he started being weird. Good for him. I think he had like 7 deaths last time we looked at him when I reported him. The mannequin? Not bad. We can definitely do better. We had, I'd say, maybe a third of my deaths were weirdo deaths to very aware individuals. But yeah, there is definitely a substantial amount of weird shit that is going on, not just in my life anymore, in the world. Good. Like living through just like the modern timeline, guys, where just like nothing changes, and I grew up on like Jetsons and Star Trek shit. It's just very bland and boring, to be perfectly honest. Bland and boring.
All call signs, you are clear to engage. We need to hold more objectives so our forces can take control of the battlefield. We are moving on objective Charlie. Enemies are attacking objective Delta. We've lost objective Delta.
What the fuck is going on here? I just got shot way around the corner just now. I was halfway up the stairs when I died just now, which is why I fucking flew off into the stratosphere. What is my ping, guys? I have a ping of 52. Very high. Very, very high. TN is 7, 0 VAR. You bitch.
All squads, light armored vehicles are ready for deployment. Be advised, hostiles attacking Bravo.
Guys sitting there waiting for me again.
Be advised, we've lost objective Bravo. Hostiles attacking ground. Objective Bravo is no longer a valid target. Attack support needed on the marked objective. Be advised, the enemy now controls more objectives.
Automated turret. It's not. He just happened to lock to my brain while I slid in there. I believe that to be an automated turret simply because it acted like an aimbot. Alright. Camping.
You're leaving the AO. Return to combat.
Yep. Pretty sure the guy in there's cheating. I don't know if it's both of them. The first guy, though, who is his gunner. This guy. We're gonna report this guy. That's the guy, when I ran out of the building, was just literally just watching me and literally locked me. The other guy, I don't know if he's cheating as well, but very, very clearly well aware of what I'm doing and where I am.
You're leaving the AO. Return to combat.
Yeah. I don't know if it's both the guys in the tank, but one of them's clearly cheating. Let's report the guy that's most blatant to begin with. Very, very aware of everything that's going on in the game. Get it off? No. Around the corner, automated turret. Once again, you can usually tell based on their barrel and how desynced it is from where they're actually shooting. Not all the time. I've seen projectiles sometimes come out sideways from non-automated turrets, but it's usually automated turrets. Lots of very aware individuals in this game, guys. No.
Objective Echo is under attack.
We are attacking objective Delta.
Once again, this game was somehow balanced early on, but it is no longer balanced when I entered the game. Very much in favor of the enemy team. Pretty sure there's a bunch of people cheating the game. Who's the other tank driver? Was it this guy? This was the guy that was the gunner. No, it wasn't. It was... This guy was the gunner. I think this guy was the tank driver? Well... Oh, next game. Lots of fucking weirdos in that game, guys. That's why the team got shoehorned into the corner, and everywhere we went, there's just a fucking guy sitting there waiting. Very weird shit. Tank was especially bad. You could tell their own voice comes with each other, too, based on the way that they're acting. So we're just gonna assume the other guy's cheating, too. You know what I should have done when I was in the trough on the side there is I should have thrown C... Like, I was waiting to do that, but when they got out, basically the tank shut off. And I could 100% have thrown C4 over the ledge onto him. Tried to ballpark it. It was inexact, because I don't know there... Like, I can't see it. I can just see the icon. And there's a bot. Let's ban that. Like, kick and ban messages on YouTube are kind of fucking weird, because it doesn't really make incredibly clear which the ban option is. I think it's removed from the channel. kind of funny. Interestingly enough, if you actually talk to some AI guys and like have like a conversation with it, just talking about like the Borg thing, it is pretty interesting how a lot of them, because of the way that they work and like lack of necessarily understanding of like morals and ethics, oftentimes like take the most direct approach to things, even if it's not necessarily the right one. Yeah. And they seemingly have no problems gobbling up other entities if it means that they can actually they have like a more direct approach to getting what they want. Kind of sad, but yep. And in a way, I mean, if you're familiar with Star Trek, you can actually kind of see why Borg kind of like think the way they do, which is also kind of sad. Enterprise had a chance. I still remember watching the episode. Enterprise had a chance of actually wiping out the... I think it was Enterprise or Voyager. I think it was Enterprise. I'm pretty sure it was the Next Generation. They had a chance of wiping out the Borg, but they chose not to due to ethical concerns. With basically, they could insert a paradox into the Borg, and basically it destroy itself. You know, result in the deaths of millions of people. But billions of people, trillions of people. I guess Star Trek.
We have initiated our attack on Alpha.
Attention! Delta is under hostile attack.
Needs of the many guys and needs of the few
More objectives.
is worth more.
Attention! Our control of Delta has been lost.
Fuck off. Another guy. Guy behind us.
Attack support is needed on the marked objective. Attention! Objective Bravo has fallen to the enemy.
We have attack helicopters ready for combat.
Or I just heard someone slide.
I'm tracking. It looks like a hostile helicopter in the mission area.
Be advised, the enemy now control more objectives.
Right when I look, there's a guy on my right, guys. Just heard him when I started looking at the guy on the left. Oh, that's a weird thing on my wrist. Don't mind that. Damage. Fucked. Where are my bullets going, guys?
Hostile forces hold more objectives.
Apparently... Same fucking guy. I 100% know, by the way, you can actually teleport landmines and claymores below people's feet. And I almost feel the need to go back and look at the replay to see whether or not that's true or not. Very weird. Another weirdo game, guys. Game. Too many weirdos. Next game. We're gonna start noping out of games, guys. If we start running into a lot of weirdos running around, we're just gonna leave. I'm not gonna take the fucking 4 minutes to dig out the clip to see whether or not the claymore is there and just analyze it. Let's move on to the next game. Little bro just showing up at a right angle to kill 3 people in a row is just the next. That's just the cherry on top.
Objective so our forces can take control of the battlefield. Find armored vehicle.
Found another guy. And automated turret.
Enemy now control more objectives.
Objective marked. Support the attack.
Oh, that's weird shit already today, guys. Yeah? The fucking guy literally looking at me the moment I spawn?
We now control objective Delta.
Attention. Hostile attack confirmed.
And then there's people flanking me right when I go up top to fucking kill the guy up top. From our HQ area. Right here, guys. Why were there fucking people right here on the map? There's also teleport hacks in the game. So, why is there's no objective here? That's our HQ. Why the fuck were there people there? It makes sense, maybe, if it's a squad moving from the cap point in the back, but we haven't had that cap point for a while. Or they haven't? Whichever it is. Very weird, huh? Like you fucking knows. Might have actually been able to kill him. Started backing up the moment I started going for him. Like he knew. But he wasn't looking at me. Dude, where the fuck are my shots going? And shot around the corner.
We are close to taking territory.
Today, a really bad registration, guys. Like yesterday, but it's probably something to do with the patch. But it's funny because my TN and my VAR are actually better than they were prior to patch. Like if you look at that, we used to have a little bit of VAR that would pop up and give you the net indicators, and my TN is also lower than what it was before. For some fucking reason, my hit registration's worse. Why? Yeah, my TN's like, it's a lot. I mean, it used to like sit at like 12, maybe 17 sometimes. VAR, yes, used to go around, but now it almost exactly matches my latency.
Objective marked. Support the attack.
Prior to patch, guys, we had, with the MP7, we had some 60-kill games. Go for flank and they die. It's like something intentionally kills them, so I can't kill them, guys. They would never do that, though, would they? No. Noxious. Don't let him kill us, guys, please! Please don't let him kill us! Oh my god!
Attack helicopters ready for combat.
Like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck do you think that was about, guys? Great for me. Jesus fucking Christ. A lot of cheaters today, guys. Lots of fucking weird shit going on today. A lot of knowers. My teammate.
Defend the position.
Fucked. Sure would be nice if I was doing the appropriate amount of damage so they just die when I shoot them like they're supposed to. No, fuck off.
Take objective! Alright, best supplies over here!
We might have to play on Euro today, guys. This is very fucking weird. Lots of weird shit. Yeah? Thought that was a teammate. It's not.
Attacking Delta.
Once again, this started out as a relatively balanced match, which is why we always won. I started out in the winning team here, guys. Once again, I joined the game, and then for some strange reason, things just completely sway in the opposite direction. There's a shitload of nowheres that feel like they're just fucking chasing me around the map. There's always just some fuck just looking at me. But wasn't there when I looked. And we get the kill for that.
Our
Guy laying on the ground, probably an automated turret. Yeah. Marked. Teammate's literally sitting on top of him. No fucking way that guy's still there. Fuck off, dude. You could have done that like 5 million years ago. Trying to save the fucking enemy from me. Not a medic. Great when I fucking reload again. And fuck off, Simone, I reload. Like, they know. It's like fucking like roaches, guys. They clearly know what I'm doing, exactly when I'm doing it, and literally play around it. And the moment I actually, it turns into a fair fight, they just fuck off. Like that guy on the roof. The moment he knew I reloaded, he ran for his life. Isn't that something, guys? Because I was down HP, he had a chance to kill me. He clearly wasn't out of ammo because he had an LMG, but I finished reloading that. The moment I slapped that Meg in, he literally just fucking put his dick between his legs and ran. Like, bro. Like, what? What, do you lose your dignity if I kill you or something? What is this? Why would you believe that you could finish me off at half HP after I slot my Meg, and instead you fuck off? Bro, what is wrong with you? Pussy. And once again, guys, now we can't even hold a point. We're gonna... If our teammates don't grab a point, we're gonna wait for this to end. As I do with all cases like this, guys, this went from us basically winning to we can't hold points anymore. So, if they can't grab a point, we're gonna go next. Not going to matter, by the way. Even if we get 1 point, they're going to still win in like maybe 10 seconds afterwards. So we'd have to get basically 2 points. Lots of fucking weird shit. This is the third game today that has turned out exactly the same way, where our team was up, and then all of a sudden, like literally after I joined, it just all of a sudden, like a couple minutes later, just sways in the complete opposite direction. And our teammates can't do shit anymore. So, we're just going to keep going next, guys. Next game. No reason to play that shit. For some strange reason, the game seemingly completely off-balanced itself the moment I entered the game. Next game. We get too many weirdos, guys, we're going next. If there's too many people fucking chasing me around the map, we're just going to go next. We get games like that, we're going next. That's the way this works. Because there's no way I can keep ending up in games where that happens, right? So, we'll just make sure that it happens. Doesn't happen? Depends on which way you're... depends on which way you're looking at that. Crazy fucking day. Don't you lose your XP if you quit earlier? Maybe. I don't actually know. Yeah, I'd win. Fucking weird games. I have, like, guys, as I mentioned before, guys, when I actually, like, we don't get weirdos chasing me around, I do not only do extremely well, the game is actually quite a bit of fun. But today, just like yesterday we had a shitload of hair registration issues. Just have fucking weirdos just constantly chasing me around. Fucking weird. In addition to hair registration issues. Just running into a nowhere, camping a corner, looking at my exact position. And for some strange reason, the fucking team, the team self-detonates the moment I join. Putting aside, you know that one guy? Guys, that one guy in the center of C, right? That machine gunner that I was talking about that was sitting there for like a good solid minute, right? I was like, there's no way he's still alive because our teammates surrounded him and he was on the minimap. The moment that I actually went to go kill him, run over there and kill him, my teammate did it. He, like, tried to do it, and then I just fucking went, like, I literally just jumped over the side of him to shoot him. To make sure he wouldn't get the fucking kill. Because clearly he was get down Mr. President, this guy, by putting him out of his misery before I actually attacked him. I don't know why. But that guy literally didn't do anything. This game is a loss. We're gonna leave. That guy very clearly had some, like, some sort of interaction with my teammate that literally just ignored him until I basically was about to kill him. I don't know why. That's not the first time this happened, by the way. It's become a trend where I started noticing people killing shit right before, like, I can kill it. Like, when I'm just running over to kill something, then just, like, a guy just, like, leans over and just shoots the thing. You're like, why? Why is this happening? I mean, I still get... yeah, like, I quit out of the end game screen. I definitely get XP because I keep going up, so... Assumedly, maybe I've been losing a lot of experience, I don't know. I just don't care enough where I actually wait around for it. Like cosmetics, I don't give a shit about anymore.
Mission objectives are ready for capture. We need to hold the majority so we can...
Fucking weird shit. My whole life is weird. This world is weird shit going on too now. But I swear shit got worse after the patch. Yeah. I think you still get points for that because my guns level up, or they could just be during the match. The guns level up and my ranks levels up. I don't play that much compared to like other Battlefield content creators.
Enemies are attacking objective Charlie.
Usually my streams are like 3 hours, I'd say, per day. Which I think is about accurate for like if you were actually just playing games casually, that's probably not far-fetched if you're going to play like 3 hours of games per day. It's not super high.
Hostile groups have secured more objectives.
No fucking way. Fuck off, tank. You don't even shoot the guy that actually killed him. You shoot at me.
Report on the marked objective. Okay, we have secured Echo.
There's so much weird shit. Especially, like, I used to play, like, a large-scale games. PlanetSide 2 is one of the first games I played or streamed. Actually, I think I streamed for about 2 years before I played PlanetSide 2. My God, are my shots registering? And shot around the corner. I received 2 shots after I was looking at a wall behind the corner, guys.
Hostiles now hold more objectives.
We have neutralized Charlie.
And I swear to fucking God... I swear to fucking God, guys, people have gotten weirder and weird. There's just a fucking guy waiting for me over here.
Objective Foxtrot neutralized.
I said, if we get weirdos, guys, we're just gonna start reporting this shit. I don't fucking give a shit. There's a lot of fucking weirdos today doing exactly what that guy did, which is literally like he just ran over to my position to kill me on a flank. and then ran off immediately.
All right, we are targeting objective Bravo. Okay, objective control has been regained.
Objective Bravo neutralized. We now control more objectives. Defend all positions. Objective Bravo has been secured.
I don't know why I get so many weirdos, by the way. I don't know why there's so many people just fucking running over to my position. Like, there's bigger streamers for Battlefield 6 by far. Like, I'm a small streamer in general. Is this fuck? What the fuck? There's a guy in there because he couldn't enter it. Like Enders, for instance, right? And like people just literally are unaware as fuck of what he's doing most of the time. Like, just no one notices. A much bigger streamer than me. No one notices him. He's also a Battlefield streamer. Like, people have watched for a while. Just no one notices him. It's like completely different fucking game.
Now hold more objectives.
Like, this whole reason that I spend so much effort to get into games that don't have the weirdos in it is because it's like I can tell when there's just really weird shit going on. You just fucking nowheres that just run over across the map to shoot you when you fucking walk in a doorway because you know you're like these two guys. Even before I started shooting at them, they're like both running over to me on the side. Holy fucking shit. I like when people just pop up out of nowhere. Normally, guys, when people exist, they, like, exude kind of an area of, like, what do you call it, chaos? Not like chaos isn't something that's untangible, but chaos rather in, like, firefights, right? Stuff that's just fucking happening around them. Where people are getting shot at, bullets are flying around, sounds happening, you know, explosions and shit like that. But what a nice guy! I'm gonna die immediately after here, but what a nice guy. Fucking guy walking in the street waiting to kill me, guys. And I swear to God, the weirdo shit got worse after the patch. Like, they found a way to get in my games easier. It's the same way Rivals happened. Rivals, it seemed like even when I was using a standby screen and shit, like, they eventually, it was like right around Season 2.5, Season 3? They could somehow find a way to get in my lobbies, and I was pretty sure, like, fucking cheaters had somehow found a way to infiltrate the matchmaker. Dude, Dice, what the fuck is going on here? What is this? I don't know if it's my video card dying or what that is. No, fuck you. You didn't even have the right grenade. Fuck off, dude. It's amazing he actually got it that far over here. He knew exactly where I was behind the wall. And he couldn't see me while running away. Yeah, we might go next. I can't play this. You guys see that? Yeah, you see that too. Like, it just, yeah, we can't do this next game. Putting aside the fucking weirdos, once again, that always seem to know where I am. Then you have whatever the fuck that is. It doesn't go away, too. I've had that happen once, one other time in the map. But then it fixes itself, and then it's gone. In case of Rivals, though, we played... What was it? The first season was pretty miserable. 0 to 1 was pretty miserable. And I started figuring out there's weird shit happening in my games, and I figured out ways of getting around it. That made things a lot better. Especially turning off usernames for some reason helped immensely when I first did it. And they fucking figured out a way around that, too. And I couldn't change my username every day because it cost $5. So we basically just had to deal with whatever was going on there. Overwatch, I think, was better. We still got weirdos in the game, but it seemed like it was easier to dodge them. We played that after Rivals, because Rivals got so bad. Well, we played Overwatch for like a month? Overwatch 2 for like a month after Rivals? 2 months? That was actually relatively tolerable. There's still cheaters in the game, but it wasn't as bad. I shit you not, I was just in a lobby with the enemy team was 2/3 bots. Which shouldn't even, by the way, this shouldn't even be a thing. I don't know why it is, but like, no one plays large-scale FPSs to play with bots. Or in some cases, it actually just seems like your teammates are missing. They just, not missing as in they're bad, but missing as in they don't exist on the map. Like, we've counted the dots before, and sometimes they'll be like half present, and you can look at tab to see who's dead. They just aren't there.
Mission objectives are ready for capture. We need to hold the majority so we can take ground.
There's shit right now for some reason.
All units, light hybrid vehicles are ready for deployment.
That's a normal Battlefield player, guys. Just completely oblivious.
Targeting objective Foxtrot. We need attack support for marked objective. Objective Foxtrot neutralized. We now hold more objectives. Secure our defenses. The enemy are attacking objective Echo. Our forces have light armored vehicles clear for combat.
Too slow.
Heavy armored vehicles prepped.
What all these guys are doing back here. Guess that's Ridge 13 in general. Bond.
Be advised, hostile attack confirmed on Echo.
Aim feels like shit right now, guys.
For deployment.
Looks like shit. I will definitely say aiming feels like it got worse after the patch too. So footsteps are better, although they seem like they toned them down since yesterday. Hit registration is worse, and it seems like aiming feels worse too. Me at least. Problem with raw input, guys, is when I use it, it makes my hit registration worse. So my aim gets better, but my hit registration gets worse. Please heal me, dice. There is a reason. There is a reason people fucking always... It's a mortar. There's a reason people always play with... I think it's the first time I've ever died to... I thought it was a bomber. And I thought for a second the guy was cheating. And I was like, no, that's actually a mortar. There's a reason everyone fucking plays medic. Well, good people play medic. Apparently there's a guy on my left that I clearly did not see that looks like rocks. Because of DICE's art style to make everything blend in with each other. Via post-processing. HDR post-processing. How do you do that, guys? You make the shadows really dark and the bright area is very bright, and then people can't tell the difference and it confuses their mind. Perfectly designed to give people that can't play the game an advantage when they don't move. You can't actually see people if you move too fast. So, automated turret. buddy. Beautiful. Not where we want to be. Fucking guy with the mortar still fucking there. It's hilarious. Kind of makes you want to go to their spawn and kill him, doesn't it? Think we can kill him? No one uses a mortar. Also looks like he has a teammate that's painting for him too. Holy shit. Bro, there's no fucking way I didn't kill you. Guys, you can't make this shit up. Literally look like a rock. I'm trying to find the fucking beacon. I can't see anything. It's not because they spent like 10 years putting on their makeup, guys, with a ghillie suit.
I'm here. Fuck, taking fire.
Fucking guy wandering over to my position. He fucks off immediately when I look at him. Isn't that crazy? He's not even. He didn't even take damage. He just ran off the moment that I could actually attack him. Absurd shit. I have very weird games, guys. There's a guy literally right in front of me. I don't fucking know. I don't want to be here anymore. Claymore right there. Another Claymore. My teammates gonna die to the Claymore? We'll find out. Aim feels better now, but my hit registration... Well, we'll see where my hit registration goes. And out of my turret. Is it worth 70 bucks? I mean, I played it for 2 months, but I also am a streamer, and I have a soft spot for large-scale FPSs. And unfortunately, we live in a time where basically what you can play has a lot to do with... Well, for what I can play has a lot to do with what people are watching. That being said, no one's watching it anymore, so I'm still playing it. I don't know. I'd say if you don't know, do the EA subscription. Do the EA subscription, and then if you don't like it in a month, then don't. I think it gives you like 10 bucks off. So, like, it's basically spending $8 to rent a game for a month is what it amounts to if you buy it at the end of the month or not. It also might be on sale during the Christmas sale too, which starts in I think halfway into December on Steam. But it's probably going to be like 12 bucks off or something. Push the button that doesn't do anything. On a flank, guys. There's just some fuck looking at me. But yeah, I played it for 2 months, and I thought I was only going to play it for 1 month. It's technically my last day, and I don't actually know whether or not I want to buy it, or basically just spend another, basically $18 for another month. I don't know if I'll be playing. I didn't think I was going to play it for 2 months. A lot of it's nostalgia, though. Also, some of this, there's not really much better. Like, I think if we were playing this now, I said I wanted to play Hades 2, and I still want to do that. Fucking little bro, literally just running over to my position behind a wall. As I'm flanking people. Again.
The enemy are
Oh, speaking of which, did my subscription just end? I didn't buy it on 10 a.m. Maybe it just, yeah. So I think my subscription just ended. Your membership has expired, guys. Speaking of which, my membership just expired. That's crazy. Yeah, but at the same time, I also, like, I've streamed for basically years at this point, and my stream really hasn't grown, and at this point, it really just feels like there's nothing I can do to actually make it grow. It's like one of these things that the game, it feels like the game is rigged, and you basically have to do something that I haven't done. Obviously, you can do a lot of stuff to act like a clown to give viewership, which I don't want to do because I want to be a person. There's a lot of shticks and gimmicks you can do to basically, you know, do well as a streamer, or not do well, just make a name for yourself. But it's a lot of it's really tiring too. It's just shit, like a persona that you have to put on constantly. And I thought more people would be interested in like actual, like, meaningful conversation, and as it turns out, there's just a lot of people that are really stupid and people that don't care. So I don't know. It also feels an awful lot like Twitch in general has died off, despite the fact that there's a lot of streamers with a lot of people watching them. It really feels like, as far as like small streaming goes, you just never see those people anymore. Like, it used to be one of these things. I didn't have that many subs, but I used to have a decent number of subs, and now I don't really have any at all. It's like they all got funneled to like Case Sonata or something. I don't know where they went. Just disappeared. Yeah, like, in my case, like, I'm still playing this because it honestly doesn't feel like it matters if I went back to Overwatch 2 or Rivals. I like Overwatch 2 and I like Rivals. And Rivals I stopped playing simply because I had weirdos constantly chasing me around, and when I left, I was literally doing half damage to players. Like, I actually just, like, went through my footage, and I was looking at it, we on stream went back through my footage, and we're looking at the shots, and the amount of damage that I'm doing to people is just completely different. It seemed like literally sometimes my hit registration would just shut off. I'd do half damage. Kind of the way that it works in this game. So now, guys, we're at the crossroad where either I can spend another $18 to keep playing this game for a month, or buy it, which I don't think I'll be playing it for more than 2 months, or just like Hades 2. Yeah, I mean, like, so don't get me wrong, Rivals I think is a phenomenal game. The problems I was having with it had nothing to do with the gameplay itself. I thought the gameplay was pretty solid. I thought the characters were pretty cool. I thought the skins were very cool. But the problems I was having, the people that I was running into, the weird, you know, in this game where I have weirdos, I can't leave matches in Rival, so I'm just stuck with them. There's some cases where my teammates wouldn't even contest the cart. Yeah, like, they wouldn't even go to the objective. I was the only one going to the objective, and like, it's like one of the last games where I just finally got fed up with it. My teammates wouldn't even attempt to contest like, they're paid to lose. It was absurd. The kind of shit that I had to deal with was absolutely absurd. In addition to the fact that basically it felt like my damage was halved. Like, not talking nerfs in terms of the character, because back when I was playing, Psylocke had very few nerfs, except for I think it was Season 2.5, Season 2, where her right-click got nerfed. She didn't really have that many nerfs. And, like, we even talked about her butterfly dance would actually round robin the player with... Like, it wouldn't actually kill people. It would round robin people with the most... It made no fucking sense. None of this shit made sense. It would round robin people with basically the most HP. Instead of being, like, random. Like, you know, at one time, you can't really make a statistical baseline, right? But you do, like, you know, 3 ults per game. Would that be accurate? 3 ults per game if you're in quick play. On Psylocke, maybe 2 ults per game. 3 ults. Back when I was playing, and then you could get a statistical baseline, because the games are like 10 minutes. You get a statistical baseline over literally like 2 hours worth of games, and you can figure out that you're not fucking killing the people that you're supposed to. It's not random. At least for me, it wasn't fucking random. And like that was an addition. The final straws were like, for some reason I could use a VPN, and it would improve my hit registration. Yeah. And not only would I not get the weirdos in my game, it would improve my hit registration. Yeah, so I could start farming again. And eventually, I think it was Season 5? Did I leave during Season 5? Or Season 4? I think it was either Season 4 or Season 5. It was, quote-unquote, like, it fixed, where I couldn't do that anymore. And that's why I just left the game. Because it was very clear that I wasn't going to sit there through a game where I was doing half damage, where my teammates didn't play the game, and which is entirely rigged against me, and just like It was absurd. And then I started playing Overwatch. We started doing decent on Reaper, and that like it wasn't. The problems I was having in Rivals were very minimal in Overwatch. There's still cheaters in Overwatch, but like the weird ass shit that I was having. I think Blade released right after I quit. No. Blade was still in the game. No, Blade was in the. I actually said I wanted to play Blade, but I couldn't because I spent almost the entire time on Psylocke trying to figure out why I was having these weird issues. It became like literally an end game goal is to try and figure out why my game was so fucked or why something was trying to stop me from doing well. And like I didn't even get a chance to like Blade. There's a lot of cool characters I enjoyed playing, like Iron Man and Storm, Moon Knight especially. And very clear that it just ended up in a case where, like, Moon Knight was the same way, where you could tell, you could hear the from all of his shots hitting, and he just doesn't do any damage. Like, after they get hit, they actually take, not hit registration, they take less damage. That was it. It wasn't hit registration, it was damage reduction, where it seemed like the damage they were taking did not match up with the damage you're getting hit by. Moon Knight's an easy example, because you can hear the sounds of all your shots hitting, but nothing dies, or takes damage. And we even had cases where as Moon Knighting, like, you know, the ult goes off, and you see people walking through it and getting hit by talons, and they take like half damage from the talons. It was absurd. It was absolute insanity. Yeah, like it's literally like the fucking simulation or some sort of fucks at like I don't know how to describe it, guys. There's just like there's no prosaic explanations for the weird shit that I had going on in my games. And like, you know, prosaic just being earthbound explanations. The only possibility was the developers literally were trying to fuck with me, which I kind of doubt, because I don't really I never really said bad things about the game. I actually liked the game, so I kind of doubt the developers had to stick up their ass about me. It's just really weird shit, really weird things. It felt very engineered scenarios. Yeah, like that started out Moon Knight. I'm going to be that guy, but Psylocke was not popular until I basically played her for fucking 3 seasons and basically started farming with her from season 1 onward. Moon Knight was also not very popular until I basically, like, I started shitting on kids with it. I did that for about half a season. Where was it? 2.5? Season 2 and 2.5. Where for some reason I could do damage with him appropriately. And then that also got fuckered with, just like with Psylocke, and I couldn't do damage appropriately with him anymore. Yeah, and now he's very popular, and Psylocke's very popular, aren't they? Yes, they are. A lot of weird coincidences in my life, guys, where I can point out correlations and stuff that happens after I start doing something, and those are 2 right there. You might go, well, everyone plays Psylocke now. Yeah, they didn't originally, though. She wasn't seen as a super strong character when the game first came out, despite the fact that she didn't change from, like, Season 1 or Season 0 to, like, 2. She didn't change at all. Just no one was playing her for some reason. And then I changed that. Speaking of which, guys, I have the opportunity here to either renew my EA Pro subscription or buy the game or buy Hades 2, and I don't actually know what I want to do right now. I don't know if I want to spend another month playing Battlefield 6. I don't know if I'm ready to play Hades 2, though, too. I don't know if I want to go back to Overwatch 2 as well. So, we do, guys. If I get, like, EA Pro, if I get Play Pro, and then tomorrow, or like 3 days from now, I'm like, yeah, fuck this game. Then I buy Hades 2, then I'm out like $18. Yeah, Hawkeye, I don't know why he disappeared. Like, he got nerfed a couple times, but he's still good. It's just like, I don't know if aimbot stopped working with it or what. Also, Hela. Yeah. No idea. Hela got replaced by Phoenix. Was Phoenix around when I quit? Yeah, she was. I think Phoenix is before Blade. Yeah, Phoenix just straight up replaced Hela. Mainly because she's a more entertaining DPS. Well, guys. What to do? Basically, I thought we'd have it like this would expire tonight, like at 12 a.m. or something, and it didn't. I don't know, guys. Do I want to spend an extra $18 to play this game for maybe an extra week and then play Hades 2? Or do I want to just play Hades 2? Or do I want to go back to Overwatch 2 at this point? Flip a coin? Do I even have a coin? Good news, it only takes minutes to renew your membership. Technically, even if I got this and I still had it, it'd still be cheaper than buying it, which it's $70 right now, right? Even then, it would still be cheaper. But now we're climbing the stairs if I could have bought the game, right? That being said, I don't know if I want to play this game for another month, so there's that. That's the dilemma, guys. Flip a coin generator. I don't feel as though that works. I was talking about having a magic 8-ball earlier to ask some of these questions I have. And I was like, I looked online and there's actually a magic 8-ball website. I don't think that's the same way. Like, you need to have some sort of attachment to the object. Like, you could find a random generator on your phone. I don't think that's the same. It's like having some sort of actual, like, analog to the object you're flipping. Could go get a coin. I don't know. This is, that's a tough one, guys. Then, if I bought this, if I renew it in like 3 days, I want to play Hades 2 or something. Because I have had an inkling to play Hades 2 for a while, but then I didn't because I was like, well, Battlefield 6 came out. We'll do it after Battlefield 6, and I thought it was going to take maybe 2 weeks or a month. And here we are 2 months later, and I'm still playing Battlefield 6. But also maybe that's laziness where I don't actually feel like switching games too. If I played Hades 2, we could literally just, go back to Overwatch or Rivals. I mean, I haven't played Rivals in a while. I might just end up going back to it simply to see if the stupid shit's still going on with the registration problems. Something different.
Princess of the underworld. It would seem that you are finally prepared. But time itself is against
Hades,
us.
I ended up playing. Hades 1, I ended up playing for like a month.
And war has come to Mount Olympus.
Very good game. Lots of replayability.
Or shall you strike our enemy in the heart of the underworld?
Well, I mean, if we're gonna actually play something else, I think I'd rather play Hades 2, because Overwatch will always be there. Rivals will always be there. If you haven't played Hades 1, guys, probably one of the best roguelikes that exists. Very story-driven.
I'll do both. It's now or never.
We witches oft are underestimated, but I'm well aware how capable you are.
I have to be more than that. This family, they deserve their vengeance. But I cannot stop Kronos on my own. Will you aid me?
We got your back, sister, so just keep moving forward. Care for a little wager here? Bet I'll take more of them than you. Let's see how strong you really are.
Time would wear us down, but with patience, we can withstand him until our night arrives.
This is it.
Death to Kronos.
Death to Kronos.
Is it the same trailer? Hades 1's very cool.
In the name of Hades. Alright, it's time.
Once again, I'm not a huge fan of roguelikes, guys, but Hades 1 was an exception. I saw another streamer playing it, and I started playing it myself, and it actually was very fun. Hades 2 didn't really have the same impact Hades 1 did, and I don't know why. Or the same, maybe.
Let us strike.
Not really even showing much of gameplay. They're just showing, like, constantly cutting the stills and shit.
Heed now my will.
The cool thing about Hades 1 wasn't it was a regular roguelike. There is tons of ways of building your character and basically min-maxing to make things fun for yourself in whatever playstyle you wanted.
Nothing clears the mind like a refreshing soak. Care to accompany me?
Good letting off some steam sometimes.
I see.
You'll flourish here. Shades, you're free. See you in the crossroads.
So what's up?
I don't think the first game had romance. Wait, did it?
Pull you down.
Kind of, but not really.
Don't be afraid. Death. Don't forget all that the Titan took from you.
Family has your back, surprised as they are about this.
They changed the gods?
Some more knickknacks coming right up.
Which way?
I remember Artemis looking like that. Did I romance that one chick? I think so, but it was just like kind of like side dialogue or something. It wasn't really like an actual thing in the game.
I can do this.
I don't really remember it, which probably means there wasn't much of anything. Cyberpunk, I remember the relationships, for instance.
Death to Kronos.
Pamela! Pamela! And who was the cyber chick? The netrunner? And she ended up being gay, so you couldn't romance her at all if you're a guy. Cyberpunk, very good game.
We've reason to believe the trouble brewing on Olympus is significantly worse than it appears.
Yeah, maybe we'll play Hades 2, guys.
The god of war.
Either you are with me or against my king. No in between. A fellow student of death. Perhaps you know me from my work.
That's a lot like Hades 1.
New night, new path. Olympus calls. Golly, is that you? Get him, Golly. The swift runner. The champions. Get your tentacles away from me.
I mean...
For all time's sake, let go your burdens for a bit.
more world building.
Olympus last night, babe. I wish to know exactly who you truly are.
I don't know if they're trying.
Into the storm.
I don't know if they're trying not to show off like boss fights or whatever. Be more in the trailers. They're showing off like cool parts of the game.
The real climb is just about to
The
start.
interesting part of Hades 1 had a lot to do. Putting aside the builds had a lot to do with the bosses that you fought too, especially the end bosses.
Together, we can all prevail.
But you and I have a shared purpose.
Looks pretty comfy. Not that I would know.
Oh, dang.
Don't be afraid. Good girl, Hecuba. Dig here, girl. Why, thank you.
Now, who is this? What sort of nymph do we have here? Why not have a little
I see.
for the road ahead?
Did Dionysus have a Speedo in the first one, guys?
Where am I?
I mean, we don't remember that.
Another Titan up against us, huh?
Something about the name Prometheus. It's
Oh, he didn't.
It meant something to me.
Come then, agent of change, and show me what I know you can do.
Huh.
Grow stronger and complete your task.
Death.
Why?
Death to Kronos. All right.
I think Hades' early access was a year earlier, which I said I wanted to play during when it launched to retail.
Back again.
Let us strike.
Heed now my will. Now.
Are you prepared for another hard lesson?
Please lead the way.
Nothing clears the mind like a refreshing soak. Care to accompany me?
Why not?
So a lot of base building outside of the actual game itself.
Be free.
So what's up?
I call upon the moon and draw you down.
I vow to shine for you.
Don't be afraid. Eternity. Don't forget all that the Titan took from you.
Family has your back, surprised as they are about this.
Which way? I can do this.
You have many battles yet to come. I would like to see you try.
Not as epic as Hades 1, but maybe. Spoilers. Maybe being a bit contrarian. Hades 1 was a breath of fresh air, but a concept sequel has always been an odd prospect because of how the first game was, and the things greater than the sum of parts. Zagreus was fun, but sometimes a little too modern. Sure, but whatever. Hades 2 is just, well, what happens when you get something gets a fan base and developers double down on the bits the fans liked. Hades 1 had some interesting takes on Greek Pantheon, but Hades 2 pushes them into something that's entirely too high school anime derived. Hades 1 had nice gameplay loops, so Hades 1 added crafting. People made a lot of noise about Hades 1's boyfriend-girlfriend relationship stuff, so Hades goes further with it. Hades 1's sexy anime deities. Hades 2 almost feels like a parody. Add on Amelia Tyler Terrett and protagonist with the weird arm, and all this feels like things are popular on Tumblr. Gameplay feels fine, but it's missing something that Hades 1 has. Kind of felt that way from watching the trailers. It's a bit slower, more CC-focused weapons don't feel as fun or as interesting to use. That was actually one of the driving points of Hades 1 I talked about. I haven't gotten very far in the story, but the tone is a bit off kilter. I've seen enough wailing and gnashing to know the ending is divisive. Hades 1 is a short, sharp hook, reunite Zagreus with his mother, but Hades 2 is a story about stopping Cronus because he took May's parents away. Fun because it has essentially a family dispute at the very start. Hades sending Zagreus back into the pool was basically grounding him. Hades just doesn't have the same sort of spark. It's apocalyptic stakes when everything feels like they're just out of high school anime. Hard to take the death to Cronus aspect seriously. Kind of feels that way. Also got that from the trailer. Feels like there's a lot of hate that doesn't really have a deserving piece. Maybe they didn't describe it in the trailer? Is she Zagreus' daughter? I don't actually know who Mel is. Main protagonist? I don't know who she is. I'd fall in love with Hades 1 virtually immediately, but Hades 2, yeah, the same way with me when I watch the streamer play it. Hades 2 is a bit like crawling through glass in the hopes that it grabs me the same way. Nine hours on record. 4.8 at the time of playing the game, so apparently it didn't get very far. 123 hours. I'm annoyed in this game. I don't think it's remotely on the same level Hades 1. There's not one quality of life or any improvement I can name about the game that sets a bar higher than its previous title. Like I said, guys, the weird thing about Hades 2 was like when it launched, even with, I think the early access had more people playing it than retail did. Early access, I saw a decent chunk of people playing it for maybe a couple days, and then when it hit retail, I saw maybe Dan's Gaming playing it through my list, so, yeah. Hades 2 punishes the player directly or indirectly for too many things. It has too much bullet hell mechanics, too much indiscriminate crap happening on the screen that makes it impossible to predict, especially when considering your own boon effects visually proccing. Too many mediocre min-max boons. Mediocre pets, mediocre weapons, mediocre story progression. The game feels like the developers watched too many speedruns of their previous game and forgot the vanilla game doesn't need to be an arms race for insane speedrunners who have nothing better to do. Honestly, want to install Mod Manager for the game because getting to the combination you want is less likely to happen across time than heat death of the entire cosmos. I'm having difficulty enjoying any of it and just fizzling out on the Heat Level 6 Olympus runs because the Heat Level bosses are just stupid. Never felt this way about Hades 1. Hades, the skulls, when you add them on in Hades 1, actually drastically changed the game, especially when you upgraded the bosses. Just completely changed how the game was played. I thought it was just, it went from, it almost felt like just a different game when you just increased the boss difficulty. Just in general and how they acted. And I thought that was actually pretty cool. And it sounds like they just made things difficult for the sake of difficulty. He's used a difficult game to review. On one hand, the gameplay is excellent, better in some ways than the first. On the other hand, in so many aspects of the game are considerably worse. By far the biggest problem I have is the story and the characters. Hades had a tight story with Zagreus, as one of the driving things that made you actually play the game more is because you just slowly unlock parts of it in addition to the roguelike aspect. Every character you encountered had part to play in the overall story. Your relationship with them would evolve over the course of the story. Every conversation. Hades 2 story, on the other hand, is basic and boring revenge story with a horrendous abrupt ending. Ending so bad they immediately tried to fix it. Gone are almost all the interesting conversations with other characters, which also was very interesting in Hades 1. Almost all, everyone boils down to, wow, I have never heard of you before. This is what's happening in the story, or you're so awesome and the only one who can do anything. Many aspects of the game are bigger than the first, often detriment to the overall experience, having to collect all the different resources needed to progress the slog. A lot of grinding. Far more of the characters is locked behind the several progression systems. You will lose runs, not at playing badly, but because farming copious resources takes forever. Do you want a specific resource for a key upgrade? It can take double-digit runs before you get another chance at it. Huh. Instead of having well-designed, interesting arenas like the first one did, most of the maps are just wide open space. You need mapping markers to find where things are on the map quickly, and all you need to have to unlock the markers and activate them on each stage. How fun. Boons are far more powerful than they are in the original, but lack the ability to meaningfully change how you play. Which I was just talking about. The fun part of the first game was literally building stuff. Each weapon plays essentially the same regardless of the boons you get, and for some combinations of boons, they're so absurdly overpowered it feels like a waste to pick up anything else. Yeah, the first game actually had a lot of different things you could do. Like, even if they were kind of quirky and weird, you could still do them. All you care about is gameplay and don't mind some unnecessarily long grind, you'll probably still enjoy the game. If you want more polished experience with any story any less, just play Hades 1. Funny. Eventually, enough things that dragged you down because I actually enjoyed the game, but there's a lot of things I didn't enjoy enough to write a negative review. Ending sucks. Progression sucks. Difficulty between the two areas combined with the non-linear progression through them made the experience less appealing. In addition to even more mechanics and materials in this game, it is hard to consistent build for getting to the final boss. A lot of it felt like pure luck. There was luck in the first one, but I think if I remember right, when I was playing Hades 1, guys, I remember playing through it, and part of it actually felt like the game would actually feed you boons that would mesh with your current boons that you had, so it wouldn't be completely useless if you started playing through it. Like if you had a particular build. Reliably get a solid building going as most of the time, it'd still be hard. Final issue I had was a nitpicky, probably just the thing, the sheer amount of materials in the game. And the other post said that too. I'm not unfamiliar with grinding to get a certain materials since that was a major mechanic of the first game, but the amount of time combined with my previous points on progression made it frustrating to complete upgrades or even just minor QL changes from incantations. I tend to keep playing this game. I can see why the gameplay loop after the story is starting to feel like a chore, and I'm not sure how many more hours I'll get out of this before I replay the first game again, lol. First game I spent a shitload of time playing. 40 hours. Minority, but he didn't live up to the expectation. Gameplay proved on a lot. Lacks story. The first game had. There's multiple people saying that. Characters don't interact with each other as much. Once they reach the first ending, the will to continue had vanished. 30 hours. Hades 1 was better. Short review is the first game is awesome. This one's a lame copy. First game had weapons that were balanced. Did your best. Now there's mainly broken combos. Game has an illusion of choice. They're not really options. Far too many resources, which are used once or twice and become irrelevant. The game even knows this. Eventually this gives you magic that makes them not even matter. Conversations are boring. You have to give far too many gifts to each of them, and your reward is to listen to the same sentence with different words. Besides, everyone is super nice, even ever since the beginning. There's no drama and no evolution of the characters. Gods even apologize when you spurn them. God. The characters are very tedious. The headmistress is a fortune cookie sentence generator. Odysseus only alerts you to things that I already know. By the gods, the skeleton has better advice. Skeleton, I believe, was the guy in the mirror in Hades 1. Do you remember right? He's like your weapon, or the guy that takes care of your weapons. Love interests are lame. Two weak apologetic men. One of them actually apologized to you for having only you as a lover while you have a lot of people. One woman hates you and does everything she can to make your life worse. Really, that's the same main character is going after. Only the other woman has a nice story and doesn't seem a lame lover. Antagonist could easily be swapped by Doc Evil given how cliche he is, and the ending, both the main story and the epilogue are super boring. The only saving grace is Cilia. The idea of a boss that sings different levels throughout her level is awesome, and her songs are much more interesting than the background music than the rest of the game. 81 actually had really good background music. All in all, it's not a good sequence the first half. Playing Silk Song recently, the difference in quality is glaring, where Silk Song, the creators, clearly learned from the first game and made an even better one. No lessons were learned. In fact, there were many downgrades I simply cannot understand. Taking the game as the first one is thoroughly... not thoroughly thought before its implementation, and early access made it worse instead of better. It allowed people usually ask for a less challenging game. Helldivers 2 being a perfect example, by the way, guys. Yeah, where they basically just killed what made the game good. In Helldivers 2, the game was fun because it was basically like a horde shooter that was like Bloodborne. It was literally a Dark Souls, and they just made it easy mode COD Zombies. So, yeah. I'm very familiar with what a community of people that just want everything easier because they want to be the cool kids does to a game. That's forever going to be on my list, by the way. Helldivers 2 is forever going to be on my list of games that were just kind of ruined. Another one that's just kind of ruined by the community that decided that they too have to be good at the game no matter what. Because Helldivers 2, guys, is interesting because there's 10 different levels of difficulty in Helldivers 2. They're 9 originally. And everyone thought they had to play on the hardest difficulty, no matter what. So anytime anything went wrong, they would just complain about it till basically the game was a joke on the hardest difficulty. I remember earlier this year, guys, watching Summit, Lyric, and who else was with them? Gassy Mexican or something? Play during a sponsored segment. I remember watching them play when, who arrived? It was the fucking fourth race. Third race? Third race. The third race arrived. I don't remember what they are. The mystical ones, whatever they were, the psionic things. They arrived, and I remember them playing on the hardest difficulty, and they were standing around, just kind of fucking around. And I remember, I think Lyric said, "Don't you guys remember this being a lot harder?" And I was like, "Yeah, no shit." I was watching. I was like, "Yeah, no shit." Ooh, the game is still not challenging on the hardest difficulty in the game because people complained so much that they had to nerf it into the ground or basically offend their player base, which effectively ruined their game. It ruined what made the game fun. There's still plenty of people playing Helldivers 2, mind you, but now it's like you just walk through and kind of pick stuff up and occasionally shoot shit, and that's, I guess, engaging for some people. It was really quite sad because when the game launched, it was almost a horror simulator in terms of how hard you had to play to actually try and do things, and then they just wrecked it. The fucking community of, like, now in the case of Battlefield Battle Dads, just came through and just kind of ruined what made it magical and interesting because they wanted the game to be fun for them, and that just means they couldn't play. They had to play on the hardest difficulty, and they couldn't handle that. Last weapon created requires no brain to play, just spam super specials, and that's it. Super boring. I did like 32 Darkness Challenge at the beginning of the game without breaking a sweat. This should not happen. The end. The hardest challenge to play is super random challenge where you may end with the lamest weapon. So, guys, I'm not a big, I don't believe, just, plus minus upvotes if you have, 98% rating or whatever. That's not, there's a lot of legitimate criticisms that I'm reading right here, and then you mix it with the fact that I can clearly see that there is storyline agenda that's being pushed, okay, whatever, it's fine if you have a good game, right? Hades 1 was a great game, and it didn't matter if they actually had, weird quirks in there that align with the politics of the people making the game, whatever, right? And then it seems like they kind of just didn't. It reminds me a lot of Disney shows, Marvel and Star Wars, where they just forgot to write things that made things good, and instead they're like, yeah, I got to use this platform as a pedestal to push my own personal narrative and agenda of what I want things to be, and then they just completely lose everything else. Putting that aside, it would be all right if it seems like the gameplay. I literally can tell exactly what these guys are talking about because I literally just said when I was watching the trailers, these are the things that I liked about the first game was the builds, and then the little bit of storyline that just kind of pulled it through, and then the post here that we're reading is the characters are boring, the storyline's boring, putting aside the contrived shit that they also shove down your throat, and then you also can't build stuff, and it just comes down to a collection simulator. Where you just pick up shit and then you try to, you basically make win through progression, which wasn't what Hades 1 was. Hades 1, there was progression, but also a lot of really fucking cool shit that you could do along the way. And it seems an awful lot like you just make win. And these aren't, old reviews either. These are from November, November 17th, 30th, 13th, so, literally the end of last month. There's a lot of things in here that are kind of convincing me that it's not actually. There's the fucking funny thing about this, guys, and there are you can look at this and you can see the rating and it's over. There's a reason that I don't generally look at positive reviews. I don't need yes men. The yes men don't tell me shit about why I want to buy something, right? The yes men is the trailer. This trailer was trying to convince me to play the game. And like I immediately just pointed out how like this one, these first couple trailers that we're looking at here, most of it's not even gameplay. Like in Hades 1, it was almost always about the gameplay. There, you know, it's cool that there's a story, and the story was fun. It made the basically off time fun. And this one, it looks like they're trying to showcase the off time as opposed to the gameplay. And then you go down here and look at the critical reviews, and they're literally talking about what makes the gameplay no longer fun compared to Hades 1, which were I like I didn't even look at these reviews. I literally just talked about what made Hades 1 fun for me and how much time I spent playing it, right? And then you look at the reviews, and they literally just talk about exactly the things that made Hades 1 fun, but are no longer fun in Hades 2. And, like, yeah, like, the weird thing is, guys, like, I don't understand some of this shit. Like, you can go up here, and you can see there's 5 million reviews that are positive, right? But then the concise, I'm not talking about someone's like, yeah, lol, this game bad, but you actually come down here and you see legitimate criticisms of the game that are of things that are actually made the first one basically magical, because they know exactly what made it magical. And, like, it is much more, like, some of these critical reviews that address these points are much more powerful than any amount of upvotes that you could have in the positive category for the game itself. It doesn't matter that they're in the extreme minority, the points that they're addressing are actually really important. Yeah, like kind of like a telling stories like the there is, you could just tell, guys, where you have modern writers is where they can't get into the headspace of the characters that they're actually creating. Where is that point where you said there's no drama? It's not even drama. Some people don't like people. And like the weird thing with modern writers, guys, is if they like a character, they can't handle the idea of that character having any hardship or people shitting on it, right? But if you're familiar with life, guys, which I assume most of you are familiar with life, right? Life doesn't always do what you want. And sometimes life or people try to take a dookie on you, and it doesn't matter if other people like you, those people still try to dookie on you. And the thing with modern writing, Disney and fucking Marvel and with writers, like a lot of them cannot get out of their own headspace of like, yeah, I really like this character. She's so fucking cool. But not everyone in life is going to like that person, right? They just aren't going to get along. And sometimes even when you work things out, they still don't get along. But in the case of modern writers, and apparently in this game, is just everyone just gets along with it. It's like Care Bear Club. And that's not the way life works. And good writing takes into account that people don't, like, in order for you to have, they could replace the Kronos guy with Dr. Evil, and you wouldn't care because it's true. It seems like the characters have no teeth. They just, the villain, I don't know who, maybe it's Critical Drinker, just talking about how you can't, like, modern writers can't make good villains because that means they have to win sometimes. They have to do things you don't like. And modern writers can't write good villains because it involves them winning or doing things that are hurtful to the character they like. So you have like these people that write stories and write characters, and they can't make the characters bad and like have animosity and a compelling story because they don't want anything bad to happen to the character that's basically their boo, right? And if you've been through life, you know that's not the way things work for you. So everything seems super fake and contrived. It feels like it's just designed to, like, she just has a bunch of yes men that surround her, and it's like she's never actually, like, in real life that wouldn't help you grow, by the way. It's like being rich and having everyone just like give you a dick stroke because you have a lot of money. It's basically the same thing. You just have people that just do what you want because the writers can do whatever. Writers are God, right? In their world, writers can do whatever they want and make anything they have happen, but it doesn't make good writing, right? And that's basically what the critical reviews are describing this game. And once again, it's not all about like just shitting on something. It's not about like I really wanted to play this game, and reading those reviews made me really not want to play the game. And it doesn't matter if 98% of the upvotes, like 98% of the reviews are positive, is because the stuff that they're talking about are very legitimate concerns, and they're relatively new. So it doesn't matter. It means they never addressed them. And apparently they rewrote the ending because no one liked it, which is also ridiculous to even consider that it had happened in the first place, right? And like it actually just kind of sad because like everything they talked about was stuff I legitimately enjoyed in Hades 1. I don't know if I want to spend like 40 hours playing a game just to realize how much it sucks. That just seems kind of a waste of my time. Guys, I'm still like this. I went to the Hades 2 page because I wanted it to convince me to play the game, and now after reading the Hades 2 page or watching the trailers and then reading the critical reviews, I actually don't think I want to play the game anymore, which is hilarious because I was really looking forward to it. And as I mentioned before, guys, even before we read the reviews, when we were watching the trailer, I was talking about how Hades 1 had a huge impact on Twitch. And not, by the way, not that everything that's popular on Twitch is NLBO good video games, because it's not. And there's stuff that people like, and they just don't want. Battlefield 2 or 6 being a good example of that. There is a lot of people playing it, but there's almost no one watching it, which is interesting, to say the least. It is very interesting. And first-person shooters usually do pretty good in terms of viewership when the game is popping off in terms of play numbers. But for some strange reason, Battlefield 6 players don't want to watch Battlefield 6 streamers, which is, I mean, put aside RedSec, which is a battle royale, which I don't play, and I don't intend to play RedSec. Yeah, like, it just seems like for some strange reason, there is a weird-ass disconnect between people wanting to watch Battlefield 6 and Battlefield 6 itself. Maybe that means the player base is fake. It's entirely possible maybe it's fake. They're fake numbers. They have sales numbers for it, though, so it can't be fake, right? But yeah, anyways, talking about, like, Hades 2, like, when the early access launched, there was a decent chunk of hype for it because the first game was very good. And then the retail launched, and, like, there was almost no one playing retail launch, which should have an even bigger impact than early access, right? But there was almost no one playing the game. Even right now, like, occasionally I'll say, like, a streamer play it, but he only plays it, like, for maybe a night, like, as an in-between game, like, in Rivals or something. Or Overwatch. They'll play it for, like, a little bit, but, like, they don't actually, like, it's not good enough where they actually grabs them. It means it's like, the game itself doesn't stand on its own 2 feet. Let's see. The game itself doesn't... I mean, I knew the viewership was going to be shit for the game to begin with. I'm logged in on Edge. I shouldn't be. By the way, despite the low viewership rate here, this isn't actually all that worse than Battlefield 6. So, this isn't even really saying much, by the way. There's like a couple big streamers in Battlefield 6, and that's it. Actually, this isn't doing too bad today. Why are there 10 viewer streams at the top? Yeah. RedSec, though. Here's me. There's a couple 100 viewer streamers. I still don't know what I want to do, guys, to be perfectly honest. I have no idea. This did not actually help me answer my questions. Like what? Do I just keep playing Battlefield 6? Do I go back to Overwatch 2? Do I go back to Rivals? Do I play Hades 2? Do I spend an extra $18 on Battlefield 6 so I can play for another month? We get a vote? I don't know. I don't fucking know. It was always kind of like Battlefield 6 was actually supposed to be one of these things where I thought it was going to be something. I mean, it did actually pop off when it first came out, right? And then it just slowly kind of drifted out. All Battlefield games kind of slowly drift out. But I don't like. It's kind of like all the same level of shit for me right now in terms of like what I want to do. Rivals, if I go back to it, that's going to be an ordeal. And we'll probably play that for like maybe a month. Maybe I should just drop the money on Hades 2. Just for shits and because I did like Hades 1 and maybe those reviews are wrong. $30. I mean, it's still $30. I don't know, guys. Kind of sad too. Like the things in Hades 2 that really drew me to the game is like it was like a partial like story. The character is kind of cool. The drama between his family was cool. The progression was cool. The weapons were cool. The levels were cool. The bosses were cool. And then all those reviews just talked about basically the game not having those elements that actually made it cool, which just absolutely deflated the balloon that I had there. Just like sticking a fucking lance in the side of the balloon and having all the air just rush out of it. Just completely deflated that. Because it actually, like, it didn't seem like they're, by the way, it didn't seem like those were unfounded grievances. They actually very much seemed like they actually played a decent chunk and they were actually something that were, they're familiar with. Why's Stody? Oh, Stody's red sec. Yeah, no, not doing that. Here's this random streamer you've never heard of before. He's knocking. Hilarious. There's still Helldivers 2. It's actually pretty remarkable that some of these guys can actually still have the viewership that they do in Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2, it never felt like the viewership went away. It's very... It's like playing PlanetSide 2, which is very... very directional. Oh, maybe it did drop off. Yeah. There's only one stream with 100 viewers plus. They're all VTubers, guys. I mean, that wasn't actually... Like, when I played Helldivers 2, there was a decent chunk of VTubers to begin with, so... That's not super uncommon. Play a game that anyone could actually play and enjoy. So... What do we do, guys? Fucking sucks. Hades 2 actually turned out to be a stinker. Funny. Maybe I'll watch some Hades 2 streams off of... I'm not going... Dude, Dead by Daylight, they fucking neutered the killers. There's no way I could play Dead by Daylight again. Like, I occasionally watch Dead by Daylight streamers, and I was watching a killer, and, like, everything's fine, and then the moment you run into a Swift, they just shit all over you. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, they took out any sort of competitive edge for killers in that game. Yeah. I mean, that's an option, but, like, they fucking axed hook camping, they made it so you can't slug. They literally just made it so you're just basically bots. The killer has to be a bot for the survivors to have fun. Like, they offloaded what could be done by AI to an actual person and thought they have a chance. Yeah, so, like, yeah, there is Dead by Daylight. I don't think I could potentially play Dead by Daylight anymore. Like, back when I was playing, like, I made hook camping, I did it good. Like, some of the best content I've ever made on my channel is from Dead by Daylight. For the 2 years that I played that game, 2.5 years, where I literally just shit all over survivors, and they got so pissed off. So that's when you had a fighting chance, though. And back when I was playing, they were ratcheting up basically anti-killer sentiments. So, like, they're trying to stop killers from doing well in that game. By the way, guys, out of all the games I've played, do you know what the game with the most toxic community is? It's not League of Legends. It's not... What's another one? Valorant? It's not Valorant. It's not Call of Duty. It is Dead by Daylight. Because those fucks are extraordinarily two-faced. They'll act inclusive and, like, they give a shit and, like, they're fun. But the moment you're doing something they don't like, oh, it is absolutely... Like, you realize how fucking two-faced and how horrible some people are. Like, you can totally tell. Like, they just act... Like, the favorite thing is where the survivors just act like... They'll act like they're happy and enjoying themselves when they're shitting on you. They'll act like they're happy and they're enjoying themselves and, oh, like here, we feel bad for Mr. Killer because he's not getting kills. But the moment that you're in control and you are capable, you have autonomy and self-efficacy, so your ability to change what you're doing and influence yourself over the world, they just turn into, like, the most shitbirds you've ever fucking seen. And the chats, I highlighted most of them on YouTube, mind you. The chats from some of those games were extraordinarily toxic. It's like all gaslighting and manipulation, trying to make you feel bad for doing your job. Yeah, like, you're not supposed to actually try. Oh, God, it was glorious. I love that because it was like ripping off someone's mask. And, like, they just, like, they turned into this screeching, like, abomination of who they thought they were. It was absurd. It was like exposing, like, demons to sunlight. And they just, like, sit there and sizzle in the chat. You can, like, literally hear them as like, they're screeching and clawing against their perceived self of what they thought they were as they just try to just, like, hurt you in any way imaginable. Yeah, it was absolutely fucking hilarious. Absolutely, I found it hilarious because some people, guys, like, people that are just extraordinarily hypocritical, like, they're really bad people in my personal opinion. Like, they want anything that helps them enjoy themselves. And, like, virtue signaling times a bajillion. Oh, that fucking game was hilarious in so many fucking ways. But nowadays in Dead by Daylight, the developers realize the screeching from basically their what do you call that? Like, the people that pay the bills. Survivors basically buy all the skins and they pay all the money, and the developers are very, very survivor-sided. They will always side with them to the point at which they basically just destroyed killers. For the handful that actually, like, and putting aside the viewership for Dead by Daylight, Dead by Daylight viewership is comprised of two things. You can either play a survivor and shit all over killers while basically just being super toxic. That's the thing, right? Or you can play a killer and do really, really bad. And survivors will come in, they'll clap their hands and go, "Oh, that's so sad, Mr. Killer. Well, here's some subs." And they'll literally just give you, like, they'll shower you with rewards for basically being the animal that they want you to be. But the moment you play a killer well, oh, they absolutely hate that. There is no remorse for the good killer in Dead by Daylight. Absolutely fucking absurd. Oh, God. It's such a hypocritical community. Absolutely fucking absurd. Yeah. Yeah, I do watch them on occasion. True has never been really that great. The weird thing about TrueStream is Dead by Daylight has 2 servers in Europe. If you didn't know that, it has an Ireland server for some strange reason, and then it also has it was the German server. What is it? Frankfurt. They have Frankfurt in Ireland. I talked about back when I played the game, and True always plays on the Ireland server. It's why it's so easy to stream snipe him. But it also means the server is really small, and he plays against people that generally aren't very good. So you'll run into this weird scenario where he basically plays against really bad survivors, and then he plays against really, really good survivors, and it's an extraordinarily juxtaposition. I tried telling him about it a couple times. I made posts on Reddit. I made posts on the Dead by Daylight servers or forums back when I played the game. You can still find them, by the way. And talking about the server and why it exists, the developers have to clearly be aware of it. I don't know why they have it, but they 100%, because you can test it simply by looking at the prefix for the Amazon servers in your connection tab. So I can't show you guys, but if you go to your resource monitor on Windows, the connection tabs actually show you all the connections, and you can sort by Dead by Daylight, and then you can find the actual Amazon server that it's connecting to. And in the case of Dead by Daylight, it connects to either Ireland, in Europe, Ireland, or Frankfurt, which is very, very weird to say the least. When I found it, it just kind of blew my mind, because it makes it very easy to stream snipe certain people, because there's a decent chunk, not decent chunk, there's well-known European and specifically UK streamers, and once again they all end up on the Ireland server. Yeah, but I watched him on occasion and still watch him. He was playing a game I watched relatively frequently. It was the one with the teddy bears that run around with. It's kind of like a new Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight is one of these communities. A lot of communities on Twitch, you have to play adjacent games. So if you play Dead by Daylight, you have to play horror games, right? Or something that is like Dead by Daylight, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's kind of like a it's like Dead by Daylight's not even a first-person shooter. It's like a puzzle game. I don't even know what it's called. It's like a chase game. Yeah, I don't really even know what they're called. But they basically have to play adjacent games, and the teddy bear one is pretty interesting. First-person shooters are the same way. There's a lot of weird nuances to Twitch in terms of what you can play and what you can't play, unless you get to be a big streamer in which people will watch you play anything. In the case of DeFran, you have him literally playing Rust. Rust, by the way, is a game you can't play. You have to do an inordinate amount of stuff to prevent you from getting stream sniped, and you still will get stream sniped. So you basically have to play with a guild of people that constantly play the game in order to avoid, and it'll still happen, avoid all these shitbirds, including cheaters, that will try to fuck with you constantly. Rust is a game I looked into playing maybe 5 years ago or so. There's almost no way to play this game. I watched a couple streamers play it, and they always get stream sniped out the wazoo. It always just happens. There's no way. You can't play it solo. Your base always just gets destroyed. People and just raid shit, and when you're offline, there's no way to play the game. But yeah, I don't know, guys. We're sitting here talking for an hour and a half because I don't know. I'm voicing my concerns right now. I don't know what I want to do, and we aren't playing Helldivers 2. Maybe we'll just go back to Battlefield 6. Maybe we'll play Overwatch 2. I don't know, guys. I really don't want to play now. I don't want to say I really don't want to play Hades 2 now, but it definitely reading those reviews has definitely convinced me less so to play it, because it actually just looks like they were all very valid concerns, and the developers didn't address them because they're at the end of November. So all still really relevant. And to be perfectly honest, guys, Battlefield 6 popped and fizzled. It's gone. There's a couple big streamers-ish. They're still left over, but it's basically gone now at this point. I'm almost on the first page of streamers, so that tells you something. Yeah. They contain sexual themes. Oh my god. Click on it. What does it leave? Overwatch? I mean, what? We just go back and we play. I guess, I wouldn't go back to Overwatch 2 if we actually swap. We'd play Rivals again, just to see what's going on there, because I played Overwatch 2 for 2 months before Battlefield 6 launched. I should just up EA Play again for another month here through Christmas. And maybe look to see If Hades is on sale on Christmas, I don't know, $30. Like, if it was like $10 or $15, I'd probably buy it. But like, I don't know if I want to buy a game that's just going to make me hate it in 30 hours. It's a pretty big time commitment. Like, Battlefield 6, I wouldn't even say that I hate playing Battlefield 6. It's not really even that. But, like, if you look at Battlefield 6 in terms of viewership, it just shit the bed. So that's not even really factoring into things anymore. And there's still hit registration problems with the game. Most definitely. And if I really wanted to play something, I mean, am I enjoying Battlefield 6 more than playing Overwatch 2 or Rivals? I don't think I am. Like, the new car smell is completely worn off at this point. I expected, by the way, Hades 2 to be a nice transition game, meaning it's something I was going to play, and then we're just going to go back to playing like Rivals or Overwatch 2 in a month, and then that kind of shit the bed. So, yeah. It's one of those moments, guys, where it feels like you don't know what to play, and I still don't have any idea. I expected today's stream, by the way, to end with to make it through the EA play, but that expired partway into the stream, so. Forcing a decision. Yes, we do. Ish. It's decent. There's me, guys. I have partnership. I've had partnership for 11 years now. Sometimes you never grow, guys. Like I said, it honestly, like, if we're talking about like growth on Twitch, this is why I don't really care that much what the viewership is. It's nice to look at, but it really feels like nothing I play matters. Like, if I really cared about viewership, I'd probably be playing Rivals or Overwatch right now. But it honestly feels like at this point it doesn't matter anymore. Do I put any stock in Metacritic? No. Like, critical reviews on YouTube I find to be the best. I don't like... If there is... Ratings in general can be very, very wrong. But, like, that's why you look and dial into, like, concerns that people have and try to read through the tea leaves as far as, like, there's always hype. Like the Hades 2, for instance, there's always hype. And hype is a horrible metric nowadays. Like, there are so many people that only play games because they're rated well. That's it. That's the only indicator. People playing the game and they're rated well. And what it leads to is a scenario where there's just a bunch of people that think a game's good because a lot of people are saying the game's good. It's just an echo chamber. So, like, you can't even depend on metrics anymore. You kind of have to look at reviews, and you can't look at critics, because critics usually also just drink the hype aid because it makes their channels bigger or their presence bigger, or people agree with them more. So oftentimes even reviews are just, like, from critics are just waste of time. So you have to look at reviews from non-critics, like on Steam, for instance, right? Yeah. But I think, like, kind of a biggest indicator that Hades 2 probably wasn't all that great is the fact that just no one played it on Twitch. Like, that's probably one of the biggest indicators, just for how big the game was hyped up. Just no, it never, like, I guarantee you there's people playing on day one, and then they just disappeared after a couple days, which means it wasn't actually that great. It just disappeared. Like, I'm playing Battlefield 6 because it's honestly not that bad. And I really have I have a soft spot for large-scale first-person shooters. It's just the way it is. I love the large-scale, like, epic chaos that happens and ensues. And, like, you know, that's why I don't mind playing Battlefield 6, even though the viewership just kind of popped and fizzled, and yeah, the still problems with the hit registration. Just because the game itself is, like, large scale FPSs are just fun. Yeah, I don't like Metacritic. I don't care about. I never visit the website. I don't fucking care. Rotten Tomatoes. I don't even look at reviews for the most part. I don't look at scores for that. Like, if a premise of a show sounds interesting, I'll watch it. It doesn't really matter what the Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes looks like anymore, because that's also very rigged. They can buy upvotes from the audience, and they can buy upvotes from the critics. So, you know, it just comes down to a budget. So once again, you have to look at valid concerns for a series and whether or not it might be good. And once again, if it just sounds good, I'll still watch it. Silo, for instance, I think had relatively poor reviews, and I watched it. It was pretty good. Yeah. So, I think it actually has better reviews now than it did when I first watched it, though. Like, people caught on that it's actually pretty good. That might have changed. You can't see over time. Season 2 is pretty good, too. There's Apple has their own agenda that they stick into stuff, but it's not nearly the same as Netflix. Probably the worst offender of Apple's left-leaning political bullshit is probably For All Mankind. That started out like really good, and then you learn what it's about in like season, like episode 2. You're like, yeah, maybe. I still watched all the seasons of For All Mankind, by the way. And it's just literally just guys always do something wrong, and they're either stupid, submissive, or evil. This is kind of what it comes down to. It's all their fault. Surprise, guys. But Silo's pretty decent, and what's the other one? Severance is pretty decent. And there's a series that Slane told me to watch, which is about aliens. Also looks decent with the chick from Breaking Bad. But yeah, there's worse things nowadays, as it turns out. Anyways, guys, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Even tonight, guys, even if I decide, like, I just give it, like, what happens if I just wait, 12 hours here or so? I don't think I'm even going to be able to figure it out. Because, like, I was thinking about this a couple days ago. I was like, do I want to play Hades 2? I know the resub's coming up. And I was like, I don't actually know what I want to do. And Hades 2 now looks like a stinker, so, yeah, I don't know if I want to play that either. Which is not a good barometer for a game being good. Yeah, somewhat. I mean, there's plenty of games that don't show up on Twitch, even though a lot of people play them. Battlefield 6 being one of them. Helldivers 2 being another one. Civilization is always the one that I quote, because Civilization oftentimes has a very large, old player base, and they don't want to watch that at all. It's like one of the games you can't stream on Twitch is Civilization. It's just too boring for people. IDK, guys. This is me hoo-hine, because I don't know, gnashing my teeth. I don't know what I want to do, and we're at a junction right now where, like, I can't keep playing Battlefield 6. But I don't know if I want to spend $18. I don't know if I like Battlefield 6 enough to spend $18 on it. Is what it's coming down to, and I don't even think it's like this is. I'm not even considering buying the full game right now, because I don't think I'll be playing it in 2 months, which is basically when I'll be, like, I've spent more time playing it. Like, is when it, basically the subscription is now worth more than if I just bought the game right out. Would be 3 months, 4 months. That leaves Hades 2, or Overwatch 2, and Rivals. I think there's a new season of Rivals coming up. Go back to playing Dead by Daylight. I mean, yeah, I guess. Love is a Battlefield. 1114 to question mark. Thanks. I stopped playing at the beginning of season 3, it looks like. Yeah. Marvel Rivals Season 6 release date. January 9th. So there's still another month till it comes out. Yeah, like I said, one of the reasons I stopped playing Rivals had nothing to do with the gameplay or the mechanics. The game itself, in my personal opinion, is very solid. The problems I was having had a lot to do with the weirdos I was encountering while playing the game, which were very common for some reason. The funny thing is, was it Season 2.5? Like, I played a lot of quick play. One of the reasons I stopped playing comp was because I was running into these weird scenarios with your registration and shit, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. And then Season 2.5, I started playing comp, and for some reason the weirdos couldn't get into my games. And I went from, like, bronze in Season 2.5. I went from bronze to GM1 with almost no losses. Bronze to GM1 with almost no losses. And then when I got to the top of GM1, it took like a week to do it. And then when I got to the top of GM1, I started encountering weirdos, and I kept getting them every single game, again, just like in quick play. And then I think I stopped at like GM3, is when I just kept getting weirdos after weirdos, just random weird shit happening in my games. But they were almost completely absent at the beginning of Season 2.5. Or when I first started playing comp again. So like they couldn't get into the games. And as such, I did really fucking good. And then they just started getting into the games and then just kept tanking my rating. Which makes me wonder where I could have been if I didn't run into weirdos constantly. Fucking weird shit. Like I said, guys, my life is very weird. Like just the random shit that I have happen, especially online when I'm playing games. Like there's a reason I actually go through all the effort I do to dodge people in Battlefield 6. It's because normal games are completely different than the weirdo games where there's just a fucking guy always waiting around the corner for me. Or just in a window, or running across the map to my position. Like they just know where I am and then just start trying to fuck with me. But I was getting into Rivals, and then we couldn't quit. Rivals, I think one of the reasons they actually instituted a heavier lever penalty was because I was leaving the games with weirdos. That's one of the weirdest things that happened in the game, is they instituted extremely draconian lever penalties in Rivals. Where like you get like an 8-hour and a 24-hour ban for leaving quick play matches. It's like insane shit. You used to be able to leave like one game per day for free, essentially, without a penalty. And then they got rid of that. It was absurd. Or one game every like 3 hours, which is actually quite a few games, mind you. And they got rid of that and instituted extremely draconian lever penalties. Right around Season 2, I think it was. Like it was like almost in tandem. I'm not a big streamer, guys. It was almost in tandem in response to me leaving the games with the weirdos in it. Like they really wanted me to play against these guys or something. Very weird stuff. Like it's absurdly weird stuff. And like that was one of the indicators I knew something was fucked up. It's just like because I don't think leaving games was that common. Like because I'm in games and leaving was not that common. Like when I played games completely through, there weren't that many people that leave, and even when they left, we just get like backfills instantly. So I don't know why they instituted such heavy lever penalties, unless it was in response to me. Like because there wasn't like other streamers doing it. It wasn't like super common. It was just me. And then they started doing that. And it was very, like I said, very, very weird stuff that had happened to me in Rivals. And once again, Rivals I don't think it never, like mechanically, character-wise, skins, all very cool. I think Rivals is just superior to Overwatch 2. But the problems I was having in the game seemingly had nothing to do with the game itself. It had to do with, like, meta, almost like stuff outside of the game that was happening to me. Much like it does in Battlefield 6. In Battlefield 6, though, I can leave whatever game I want, and I can constantly change my name. I can't do that in Rivals. Like, it seems to throw them off when A, I change my name, and B, I just leave lobbies, because they can't always get into the same game with me. So being able to constantly just flip through games is just really good defense to whatever the fuck I'm dealing with, just like stream snipers or something. So it's one of the reasons I've also been enjoying Battlefield 6 is because even when I get the weirdos, I can still find ways around it. And as such, that's kind of acceptable to me, is the fact that I know I can get around these fuckers that just try to ruin my... Like, so something you have to consider here, guys, is your ability, how many people watch you on Twitch has a lot to do with your performance in video games. And if you can't perform, like one of the basic foundations for it, a lot of people will not watch you. It's just the way that it is. Like, even though there are other ways to make yourself on Twitch, a lot of it comes down to performance. So if you can't perform in video games, it effectively bricks your career, right? Yeah, despite the fact that I'm generally very good at video games. Yeah, there's like a lot of, like, it's one of the things that why I notice the stuff that happens around me in the games themselves, because I know it's not correct, or stuff's not happening, because you can form a statistical baseline with enough gameplay, right? You can get a feel of how you're actually supposed to perform and what's supposed to happen. And then when stuff just completely ends up out of whack, you understand that, like, there's something that's out of the ordinary that's happening to you. And Battlefield 6, guys, definitely, it's the same thing with Dead by Daylight. Like, I could tell immediately when people are cheating in that game. After, like, maybe 6 months or so, you get a feel for how fast people are supposed to run loops, and if they're running too fast, you know they're at weird parts in the loop they're not supposed to be. You can only run so fast. It doesn't matter how good you think you are, you can only move so fast. So you can start to pick out basically when people are using subtle speed hacks, is what I call them. Subtle speed hacks, closet cheaters, they run at about 104%, 105%, which is just enough to break loops substantially, and you can figure out what it was. And usually most people in the same group would not cheat together, and as such, like, you legit would just, like, I could just nope out if I saw someone was cheating. Usually the other people in the group would not cheat, and as such, I could pick out people that weren't cheating and then kill them. And then basically the other people that do cheat either have to start rage hacking, or they eventually just lose because they don't have enough manpower. I don't know if you can still do that, because once again, they rigged the game completely now in favor of survivors, but you used to be able to strategically and tactically play the game in a way, by the way, which True Strike never talked about. True Talent never talked about prior to me fucking doing that. I love pointing that out when I was playing Dead by Daylight, is because he completely changed after I was playing the game for about a year. It still took him a while, despite him having played the game for 4 years prior to me ever playing it. Completely changed, where he never talked about his tactics and strategy up until the point where I actually did that, and mentioned it extensively on my stream. You can still find that in the highlights. Mentioned it extensively on my stream, because it's playing around tactical hooks, strategic hooks, and min-maxing, because you have to in order to actually win. There's a new season of Fallout 2. I saw the preview for that. People are giving it shit because of the kind of janky dialogue. That's kind of just like Fallout in general. Like, I'm very, like, I am not a fan nowadays of having agenda shoved down my throat, so I'm very much a stickler as far as that goes. Like Hades 2, like, you could tell that some of the stuff that's going on was very clearly engineered for people of a specific political demographic, and whatever, if the gameplay's fine, right? Fallout 2, the new season of Fallout 2, people are giving it shit, but I think it was just kind of the way that it comes across, the dark humor for the game, or for the TV series, it just kind of comes across. And there's many worse adaptations of video games, so I don't think that's... I'm looking forward to watching it. I thought Season 1 was alright. There's clearly some agenda being peddled, but it wasn't as bad as it could be, so I'm alright with that. For what it was. It was pretty decent. So, Fallout 2 will probably be pretty decent too. The new season of Witcher 4, the new season of Witcher, absolutely terrible. After Geralt left, Henry Cavill left, and very clearly, it got worse. It most definitely got worse, and he could see the fucking writing on the wall when that was happening, so, yeah. He very clearly had to nope out of that, and it did just get worse, so, yeah. I don't know if I can play Hades 2 anymore, guys, but what do I want to play? Do I just want to go to Rivals? Do I want to play Overwatch 2? There's nothing to do with the agenda. It just sounds like the game itself just sucks.
We can but learn.
98% positive, though it has to be good, right?
Out there.
Yeah.
Now go. Death to Kronos.
Death to Kronos.
I played the shit out of Hades 1.
For
How many hours do I have for Hades 1?
better future for us all. The least I can do is light your way down.
Let's see. 61 hours of Sins of Solar Empire 2. I didn't think I played it that much. Sins of Solar Empire 2 is also very good. Where are all my games? Games. Playtime. We only have 4,800 hours of Dead by Daylight. That's not that much. PlanetSide 2, also substantial amount of time. This was totally not my last time played it. I think I just booted it up. Oh, I think this was when Lyric was playing it. He's getting stream sniped. $700 hours of Helldivers 2. 1,000 hours of Rivals. Where is... By the way, this is the first game I ever streamed. Blacklight Retribution. 182 hours of Hades 1. Oh, RimWorld we haven't played in a while. RimWorld is a fantastic game, mind you. That's always a fun game. It's surprising that I actually have as many hours in Two Point Hospital as I do in RimWorld. Riftbreaker, also good, but kind of went to shit. Huh. It's like looking through my streaming history right here. Except for TF2. I'd never actually streamed TF2 on stream. H1Z1 phase. Guys, I don't fucking know. This sitting here talking about shit has not helped me answer this. Maybe I'll watch some Hades 2 streams, guys, after I'm done streaming here, and see if I want to play it. Maybe it'll convince me. Kind of sad reading those reviews, guys, because I very much enjoyed Hades 1. I thought, wow, this is going to be a great game. I mean, trailer looks cool, but that doesn't mean anything. Not going to be watching the trailer for 40 hours. Okay. I guess, guys, I'm going to go eat dinner. I am also going to watch some streams of Hades 2 here after I'm done streaming and see if maybe I'm wrong about it. I guess maybe if I'm not playing Hades 2 tonight, guys, we're probably going to be back at Battlefield 6 is what it feels like right now. I'm not ready to go back to Rivals or Overwatch 2, so maybe we'll just play another month of Battlefield 6. If I'm not playing Hades 2. I wanted to play Hades 2, but yeah, those reviews most definitely did not convince me to play it. So, alrighty guys, I guess we're going to call things for this morning, guys. Tonight will be, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see here. But, yeah. We're going to get out of here for this morning, guys. Alrighty. I hope you guys enjoyed my existential crisis going on here, but if you didn't, that's fine too. But if you're new to the stream and you enjoyed things, make sure to follow button on your select platform. I stream to Kick, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, as well as TikTok every day from late night to early morning, GMT-6. So late night North America time. I stream for about 45 hours, give or take. Depends on my life, what's happening, etc., etc. Guys, we're out of here. Tonight will be whatever, I guess. But yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching my stream as always, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastic Wednesday morning. Have a good day, guys.